Hi guys, it's Robin. I wanted to come on and do a fun tag that I found. Now, I don't know if you know, but I love eyeshadows, especially eyeshadow palettes. So that's where I spend most of my money in my makeup collection, is buying eyeshadow palettes. And I've amassed quite a collection this last year, and I wanted to share with you some. Now later on I'll be doing an actual palette collection where I go through each one, but in the meantime, to give you a little teaser, a little taste of what's to come, I wanted to do this fun tag, and it's called the Perfect Palette Tag, and it's a set of 8 questions that has to do with eyeshadow palettes, and I answer them as best as I can according to my collection. So I'm going to share with you some of my favorite palettes and the palettes that go along with these questions. Number 1 is best packaging. And for me, there was no question about it. It was my Urban Decay Vice 2 palette. Isn't that beautiful? It's sturdy plastic. It comes in this beautiful purple case. And one cool thing about this case is that no two are exactly alike. The patterns on every single one of them are a little bit different. And I don't know if you can tell, but the Urban Decay symbol is actually raised up, and it's like a jewel on the case. Isn't that pretty? And one of the things I like best is when you push the button, it seductively opens up. And what's really nice, not only does it come with all these beautiful colors, which are all original to the palette, but it also comes with this huge mirror. Oh, and look, you can see my Christmas tree. How about that? So it's huge mirror, so it makes it good for if you're in a bind and you're having to do your makeup really quickly, you can easily use this mirror to do it. So that's my pick for best packaging. The next one is best color payoff. Now to me, I love all the Urban Decay eyeshadows. I think they're all great. I haven't experienced one that I didn't like. Maybe I'm just easy to please, but that's the case for me. I think all the Urban Decay eyeshadows are great. So when I thought about this, I knew it was going to be an Urban Decay palette. And I decided to pick the Smoked palette. And this was the second runner-up for best packaging because I like the zipper enclosure. But look at those colors. I'll give you some swatches here. Look at that. I just barely touched them, and look how vibrant and pigmented they are. And they're just the same on the lips. Very pigmented, very deep and very sensual and beautiful jewel tones. And even these neutrals. Look at that white color. Very pigmented. So that was the best color payoff, the Urban Decay Smoked palette. Next one is most versatile. And I could have gone 2 ways with this. I could have gone the most versatile for any kind of look you want to do under the sun, including colors, or the most versatile in neutrals. Most of my palettes are neutral palettes. So I decided to go the second route and look at the most versatile for creating neutral looks. And I gave it to the Lorac Pro palette. And as many of you know, what's unique about this palette is that the top row is mattes and the top row is shimmers. So you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, yeah, you get 8 matte shades and you get 8 satin shades. And not only do you have the more neutral and kind of beigey side of the palette, but you also have these deep dark looks. So this beautiful garnet, this purple, and this slate color. So it's really useful for creating daytime natural looks and also creating darker smoky looks for the evening. So the most versatile goes to the Lorac Pro. Now this next one was difficult. It's the best for traveling. And in all honesty, this palette probably isn't the best for traveling, but for my trip next year, I'm going to Europe, this is the palette that I've decided I'm going to take with me. And it's the Stila in the Light palette. And what I like about this, it's relatively small. It's not that big of a palette. But it comes with a mirror, which will be handy. And it comes with these beautiful shades, 10 shades in all. But it also comes with an eyeliner. So I thought that would be helpful, because my eyeshadows and my eyeliner are all in one. And I figured these colors would be the best for traveling because they're neutral and very simple, but also very elegant looking. So best for travel is the Stila in the Light. Oh, this question breaks my heart, but it's the biggest regret. I don't really regret any of my purchases because I'm really good about listening to what other people have to say about products and kind of weighing the pros and cons of it and deciding if it's something I want to invest my money in. And I did that with this palette, but something just didn't click really with me and it. I think it's the colors. I just didn't really bond with them, but it's the Nude Tude by The Balm. And don't get me wrong, it's a pretty palette. It's got pretty colors and, again, very neutral. But I don't know, I think the lid colors, like these two pinks and this yellow, I wouldn't really wear them. Like, I like this taupey color called Selfish and this dark maroon color called Sexy. But I just don't find myself reaching for it to wear it. So, as sad as it is, this is probably my biggest regret buying. Just because I don't use it enough and I don't give it as much love as I do my other palettes. Best color names. Hands down, without a doubt, it's one of my newer palettes that I got for the Christmas holidays. And it's Too Faced A Few of My Favorite Things. And as the name suggests, the names of the shadows and blushes takes after the song from The Sound of Music. These are a few of my favorite things. So the eyeshadows have names like Snowflakes, Whiskers on Kittens, Moon on Their Wings, Cream-Colored Ponies, Crisp Apple Strudels, Raindrops on Roses, and Melt into Spring. I just love those names. It just brings back memories of childhood. It pays homage to a great movie in history, and the colors themselves are really nice, and I think they really do correspond with the names. So that's my favorite for best color names. The Too Faced, A Few of My Favorite Things. The next question is least used. Well, I'm ashamed to say, but I haven't used this palette yet. I got it several months ago, but it just didn't seem like the right time to wear it, so I haven't even used this. So it wasn't a question of it. It's the Too Faced Summer Eyes palette, and I love the palette. The palette itself is beautiful, and it's got pretty colors, but I just didn't feel like it was the right time of year to wear them. As the name suggests, it's summer eyes, and it's not summer right now, so I haven't even touched it. So this is my least used palette right now. Hopefully that won't always be the case because I think it's a very pretty palette. And the last question is broken down into 3 parts. It's the most used, most loved desert island palette. And I kind of broke it into 2 parts. The most used palette for me is definitely the Naked 2 palette because I got this last year, October, and I used the heck out of it during the Christmas holidays and during the beginning of the new year. I would use this every single day. Although it doesn't really look like it because I haven't hit pan on anything yet. But I've definitely used this one the most out of all my palettes because it's the one I've owned the longest. So that's my most used, the Naked 2. And I don't really have a most loved, but if I was deserted on a desert island and I could only take one palette from my collection with me, be it sentimental reasons or what have you, I chose the Naked palette. I don't really use this palette, but I just absolutely love looking at it. To me, there's no palette that's prettier than this, and it's one that I keep going back to look at, to kind of play with, and I definitely want to use more of it. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I get chills every time I look at it. But that's the Naked palette, and that would be my Desert Island palette. So that's it. That's the perfect palette tag. I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you liked this video and you enjoy palettes as much as I do. And hopefully you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in another video of mine. Take care. Bye.